Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Monday night, April the 8th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I am back from tonight's game. I can't wait to share with you some of my insights from being inside of the arena on a massive night for the Vancouver Canucks. I talked about this in my pregame vlog today. I said this needed to be a statement game. I wanted the Canucks to win, obviously, but at least play better. I was there 6 nights ago when Vegas was toying with us at T-Mobile Arena in Vegas last week. They kind of just did whatever they wanted to, and they beat us 6-3. This game was a lot different. This game was tighter. This game was much more exciting, at least from a Canucks standpoint. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, despite the Canucks playing very well. It was certainly a game that they had to grind out to win. So glad that you are all here. I'm streaming to X for the first time. Don't like streaming to Facebook and Instagram. There's really nothing there, but I'm going to keep YouTube as my bread and butter, but stream to X as well as we get going. So welcome to everyone on X, and of course, everyone watching on YouTube. This is a great night. So we're going to get into it. The usual, I will go for the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then I will turn it over to all of you. Canucks After Dark was not tonight, as I kind of hinted yesterday. So Parker and I will reconvene on Wednesday night after the Canucks Coyotes game. So I'll share that again later. But Canucks After Dark we are doing on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. But for those of you that are here right now, I'm so thrilled that you are here. So let's get going right now. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for your support as always. And everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, in the lower mainland, in the province, in the country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me right here, right now, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel so you get active in the chat section and get notified of my videos every single day. You can like the video. There are 80 watching on YouTube, another 40 watching on X right now. So that's 120 people, only 21 likes. So let's get some more likes in the chat. Like the fact that we are together. Like the fact that the Canucks beat the Vegas Golden Knights. Like the fact that the Canucks gave a bit more separation between themselves and the Edmonton Oilers. I'll get to that in a second. I like the fact that we are continuing to build the best Canucks community here on YouTube. Like the fact that Connor Garland had a massive night. JT Miller had a massive night. Artur Shilovs is undefeated, and Quinn Hughes was a wizard once again. So I'm going to talk about all of those things, but that's why you should like the video for sure. Leave a donation, and I'm going to get to Irvin and Jason's donations in a second. Thank you for your generosity. You can gift memberships. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership, and you can use your monthly membership message, your M, and you can always rate and review as well if you're listening on a podcast platform. So we got 2 donations to get us going right out of the bat. So let's recognize those right away. We got Urban coming through first with the $2.79 donation. Says Connor Garland. Connor Garland. Yes, we were chanting Connor Garland's name at Rogers Arena tonight. We should chant Irvin's name as well. So let's give some love to Irvin in the chat. Thank you very much for the generous donation. And then right behind him, we had one of the more generous people in the last few streams, and I'm certainly not complaining. We had Jason Tosta come through with a donation. And he leaves a $2 donation, says, come on, guys, keep the train moving. $2 doesn't buy much fuel. Well, Jason, I appreciate the fact that you are even spending $2 on me. So let's give Jason some love in the chat for his generous donation. And then we have a Hall of Fame member for the past 38 months. You guys, that's 3 years and 2 months. You like that mental math? I know, pretty impressive. But this is the Justin Credible. He is incredible. I'm not sure why I put the in front of his name, but yes, Hall of Fame member Justin Credible. Let's give him some love as well. So glad to see Beth become a 40-goal scorer. Saw flashes in his rookie year, and after all his tribulations the past few seasons, to see him finally realize 40 goals is such a great moment, like Cody winning the title for Dusty. Love the WrestleMania reference. Let's give Justin some love for using his Triple M, his monthly membership message. Glad that you're a part of this community, Justin. And then we got Fangirl proclaiming that, hey, I've been a member here for almost 3 years as well. So what about me? So Fangirl, a member for 35 months, uses her Triple M, her monthly membership message, says, Miller getting 100 points this season is awesome. I completely agree with you. So we got to get some love to Irvin for donating, to Jason for donating, to Justin for using his Triple M, to Fangirl for using her Triple M. Is it going to be that kind of night? Is it going to be that kind of night where we are going to be recognizing memberships and donations and Triple M's? We shall see. But yes, I like this. Finish the story. Maybe that's our CCC hashtag. If you don't watch wrestling, I apologize. For those of you that do watch wrestling, you will appreciate that for sure. So Justin, I have a lot of time for finishing the story for sure. Love it. Tonight was a night of milestones. I'll talk about those milestones, and then we'll talk about this game itself. So Connor Garland, his 400th career game, which is very impressive, and 100 career goals. I guess he got to 101 because he scored a second one. So 100 career goals, now 101 in 400 games. Watch this math. Whew. He scores once out of every 4 games. We had Brock Besser hitting 40 goals on the season. I posted my video to X when they announced it in the arena. Really a lot of love for Brock Besser. Since they traded Bo Horvat, you guys know that Besser and Hughes are my favorite players. So was really, really happy for Brock Besser. No, Adrian, it was not me. It was not me who started the Connor Garland chant in the arena, but I certainly was partaking. You had JT Miller scoring 100 points for the first time. Remember, we got to 99 2 seasons ago. JT Miller gets to 100 points, which is amazing. And then you also had Quinn Hughes, this is according to Brendan Batchelor, tied for the 4th most points in a single season by U.S.-born defensemen. Yes, that's a bit of a mouthful, but the 4th most points in a single season by a U.S.-born defenseman. I will take it. I will take it. It is a bit of a mouthful, but I will take it for sure. All right, friends, let's talk about this game. I got to go. Whoa. Before I do that, Shannon also proclaiming her membership for the past 3 years. Shannon's a member for 35 months. As Go Canucks Go. What a great CCC crew. I agree. And thanks to Clay for doing these streams. Well, Shannon, you're welcome for Clay doing these streams. So we got 90 people in YouTube. We got 75 people in X. So we're at that math isn't it? Yeah, we're at 170 people now, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to show off to 170 people, you can leave a donation, you can gift a membership, you can use your monthly membership message, or just hang out here as I break down this game. So I was there in Rogers Arena at tonight's game. Got to see Rosario, which is pretty cool. Got to meet Kyle from Locked On Canucks. Maybe I'll show you that real quick before I get going here. So let's see if I can show you a couple of my tweets from tonight. How do I do that? Oh, maybe I just do this. So a couple of things that I highlighted tonight while at the arena. Let me just show you what I got. Oh, look, that's weird. That's like an Inception thing. There's me live. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so tonight I got to meet Kyle from Locked On Canucks. It was awesome to see him. And then, well, slow. Everything's glitching because I have too much going on here. But it says here, content creators unite with Kyle of Locked On Canucks. So I got to see him during the second intermission, which was really cool. Then I also posted video of them announcing Brock Besser's goal. Let's see if I can do this without breaking my Okay, so the cheering died down a little bit, but it wasn't the Brock Besser from Elias Pettersson and Tyler Myers. Irvin says, I saved your Brock Besser video from X. Hey, happy to help you, whatever you want. Adrian says it slows down when good-looking people are shared on screen. That's true. Like I find that sometimes my computer completely crashes when I put a picture of myself. So that makes a lot of sense now. And then Aiden says, woo! Probably more manly than that. Let's go through this game. The Canucks outshoot the Vegas Golden Knights 30-23. Face-offs were about even. Wonderful night for not Canucks special teams, for both power plays. Canucks go 2 for 3. Vegas goes 2 for 4. Can anyone make a stop on, shorthanded? 35-24 hits, 17-14 block shots, whatever the rest. And we know that they split the season series one apiece at each arena. So 2 games, 2 wins for each of the teams. I thought this was going to be brutal. I thought that the start was brutal in that it was Jack Eichel scoring. First power play, Brock Besser gets taken off the ice. Jack Eichel scores. He gets through the crack between, that didn't sound right, the crack between Seelov's arm and his body. I couldn't glove it down. And we're like, uh-oh. Then Eichel scores again, not on a power play. If I watched the replay, we couldn't figure out how Eichel got so open. And I rewatched it. Basically, Pettersson, Soucy, and Myers all had a guy. And for whatever reason, Soucy left his guy. And that guy happened to be Jack Eichel, and Jack Eichel scores in the open net. Connor Garland scores on the power play, which was really, really nice. And that was basically him and PD going to the front of the net. Hughes taking a wrist shot, and then Connor Garland bangs home the rebound. Then on Quinn Hughes' next power play goal, just 3 minutes later, again, exact same thing. Pettersson and Connor Garland standing in front of Logan Thompson. And this one, Hughes' shot gets all the way through 2-2. Hanifin scores on power play just 6 seconds into their man advantage. A shot that goes past Seelov's on his right. Shelov's couldn't see it. Then Besser scores his nice goal. Actually, this was Myers from his own end. PD up to Besser. And Besser usually doesn't have enough speed to create, but he comes off the half wall, and he somehow has enough time and space to come off the half wall, move it to his forehand, and then put that wrist shot past Logan Thompson. And then Connor Garland. This goal is really funny. And after this video, I'm going to record my goal breakdown video. This goal is funny because he gets kind of hooked by Haig. He's stumbling around the crease, and then he curls around the outside, and he puts in a JT Miller rebound. So great effort by Connor Garland. And those are the goals. And I will break those down. I'll have that video out by about 12:30 tonight for those of you that are still going to be up. I don't really care about Vegas. We see that Jack Eichel had 3 points, though. He was a machine. But speaking of the machine, look at this. Besser, a goal and assist for 2. Connor Garland, 2 goals. Miller, 3 assists. Then PD and Joshua chipping in with 1 each. You had Hughes with 1 and 1 for 2. Myers with an assist. You also look, Garland had 5 shots on goal. Look at Dakota Joshua's 8 hits, which is pretty crazy. And then what else am I looking at when it comes to the forwards? High man was Besser with 20. Oh, look at this. Pretty even. 20-08. 2002 and 2009. Lohman was Podkolzin with 810, although he's quite effective. He had his 2 hits and a shot, which is good. Neil Zaman with 851. Then on D, you had Susi with 4 hits. Actually, every single Canucks defenseman had a hit. Every single Canucks defenseman except Cole had a shot. And then not bad, actually. When your low man is 1725 and your high man is 2219, that is certainly not bad in terms of ice time for the defense. And Shelovs, yes, he beat Anaheim. I get it. Not the world beater. He beat Arizona. Again, not the best team in the world. But tonight, he beat the Vegas Golden Knights. And now there's debate. There's question. If Demko's not ready to go, if they're going to save Demko for Edmonton on Sunday night, do you play Artur Shelovs on Wednesday night against Arizona? He just beat them last week. Why not do it again? Or out of respect, or whatever word you want to use for Casey DeSmith, do you start DeSmith on Wednesday night? I asked you in the poll, who was the best Canucks player tonight? Bunch of you voted, and 74% of you are saying Connor Garland with his 2 goals. 13% of you saying JT Miller, 7% saying Quinn Hughes, and only 4% saying Artur Shelovs. No problem. There are 103 of you here watching on YouTube, another 110 watching on X. So we have over 200 people in here. I can't believe I didn't stream to X before. So for those of you on X watching me right now, thank you for doing so. Harder to comment though, because I probably don't see them. And then everyone on YouTube, thank you for always being here on YouTube. Only one other game, Toronto beating Pittsburgh in overtime. So this is what it means for the standings. Let's look at our division first, and then I'll throw it over to all of you in a couple of minutes. So nice. The Canucks, a big win because now they are 5 up on Edmonton, and Edmonton has 2 games in hand. There's no guarantee that they win those 2 games in hand, but if they do, they are 1 point behind Canucks, even amount of games, even though it's not going to even out before Saturday, and they play each other on Saturday. So if Edmonton wins the 2 games in hand, Saturday's game could be for first place in the Pacific and basically a chance to avoid Vegas or LA. If Edmonton doesn't win both their games in hand, then maybe the Canucks have more breathing room. They got LA 1 up on Vegas, and now they played the equal number of games. I'll get to that in a second. Now, wild card. Look at this. Remember, Philly has fallen out. So now it's Islanders, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Washington, and the Flyers. I'm sure Pittsburgh would have loved to have that 1 extra point tonight, but they only get 1 out of the 2. So crazy. 5 teams still battling for 1 spot in the East. In the West, we know who the 8 teams are going to be. We know but we just don't know the order. So last night I tried to explain who the Canucks could face, and I'll do it very quickly once again. The easy answer is we don't know. Dallas is likely going to win the conference, so we will likely, the Pacific Division winner, not the Canucks necessarily, the Pacific Division winner will likely finish second, so they'll get the first wild card team. But number 1, we don't know who the Pacific Division winner is. It's going to be the Canucks or Edmonton. Number 2, we don't know the order of the 3 wild card teams because they're all mashed in there: Nashville, LA, and Vegas. The only way, if the Canucks finish in second, you know that they're going to get LA or Vegas. If the Canucks finish in first in the Pacific, there's a 50-50 chance. Technically, I guess it's a 1/3 chance. They're going to get either Nashville, LA, or Vegas. Many of you from my stream last night said you want them to play Nashville. And some would say, well, wait a sec. Didn't they have that 18-game point streak? And then I'd say, yeah, but we never played them in those 18 games. And I still think they match up better against Nashville. I think Vegas is a heavy team that we've seen the past couple of weeks. LA is a boring team, also relatively heavy. I don't think Nashville's as heavy, but we'll have clarity in the next week and a half. It could be any one of those 3 teams, depending on where they finish. And of course, depending where the Canucks finish as well. I will say this, the fact that we beat the Vegas Golden Knights, if I actually had to choose, I am better facing Vegas than LA. LA is the team I don't want us to face. We can't seem to beat them, and they are so boring to watch. At least tonight, I looked over to my buddy Mike and I said, if this is the first round matchup, this is going to be a very, very entertaining matchup. So we shall see what happens. So my friends, let me do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I will turn it over to all of you. And yes, there are no games tonight because there's 242 of you in here, which is awesome. Yeah, like I said, I can't believe that I haven't been streaming to X before. Yes, it's almost half. There's 110 in YouTube and another 130 watching on X right now. So let me do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll turn it over to all of you. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Liminus team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Check them out at ptform.com. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the URL, tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Shows this week. I have my regular show tomorrow night. I'll be hosting Patrick Johnston. I'll be welcoming him. Rising Action on Twitter, on X. But Patrick Johnston, longtime writer for the Vancouver Province. He will be joining me for tomorrow night's show. So I can't wait to host him. Then Wednesday night, Canucks After Dark, me and Parker at 10. Then my own show at 11:15. Then Thursday is members only at 11. So don't forget about all those later this week. Also, a mid-show reminder to you that you can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos every day. You can like this video. We're up to 42 likes now, which is a little bit better. So those of you watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Actually, those of you watching on X, you can hit the like button as well on X. You can leave a donation like Irvin and Jason have done. Thank you, bro. Thank you guys for doing that. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. And if you're, you can use your triple M like Fangirl and Justin have done. That's your monthly membership message. And finally, if you're listening on podcast platform, you can rate and review. So I've gone for the first 20 minutes. Now it's your turn. I will go questions only. You're welcome to leave comments and answer each other's questions, but let's go with questions only starting now. Thoughts on who should be the main backup goaltender in the playoffs. Also thoughts on the power play and penalty kill tonight. I think it should be DeSmith still in the playoffs. He's got playoff pedigree. He's more experienced. To me, what Shilovs is doing is giving DeSmith a bit more rest. It's biding the time till Demko comes back, and it's giving us great confidence for next season when Artur Shilov should be the backup. Power play was great. I love their new wrinkle where they have Pettersson and Garland converging in front of the goalie. Penalty kill definitely needs some work, as always. PD was great tonight. PD was great. He was engaged. He was skating well. He was creating with Brock, and Niels Hoglander got that one assist. I thought PD was pretty good. From a perspective outside of the locker room and training sessions, do you feel confident with DeSmith, and how's he been playing since Demko's left? Do you see Shilovs taking any games in the playoffs? Great questions. I will say this. I liked DeSmith's game before Christmas. Then I think they didn't play him enough, quite frankly, after Christmas. I think he's been okay. Not all his fault. The Canucks have had some bad losses. And I see him being the backup, not Shilovs, in the playoffs. No games, Daniel, not tonight because, more important to talk about tonight's game. Kirkman, I thought PD was good tonight. Susie was just okay. I know he had that glaring error on the second Canucks goal, but he had 4 hits. He had one massive one. I can't remember who he took out, but there was that massive hit in the first period. And he did take that penalty. So I thought he had a bit of an uneven game. Maybe uneven is the best way to put it. Yes, Game Over is returning independently. Andrew Berkshire has worked very, very hard. I'm not sure yet how much I'll be involved in Game Over going forward. I still have to discern that, but I'm happy for Andrew, and I'm happy for those, for everyone who is going to be involved going forward. Yes, that's a great point. Jack, you're at the game. I need a new Canucks jersey. I'm thinking the skate jersey, but what player should I choose? That's up to you, Jack. I think with a jersey, you always got to think of someone who's going to be here for a little while. So if you like JT Miller, you got another 7 years out of him. You got PD, you got another 7 years out of him. Or 6 years for Miller, 7 years for PD. Hughes, you hope that he resigns when his contract expires. Will the Canucks put an end? I'm glad you're at the game, Jack. Will the Canucks put an end to the Oilers catching us discussion this week? We play Arizona Wednesday. They play Vegas. Could be back up to 7. Yeah, I would love it now if Vegas beat Edmonton, so it doesn't put so much pressure on that Saturday game. I do believe that She Loves is indeed holding down the fort. Let's talk. You root for whoever you want. It's kind of crazy because if we want Vegas to beat Edmonton to create some separation, then technically Vegas is moving up in the standings, and then more likely then that we're playing LA instead of Vegas, right? They go hand in hand. If we want Vegas to beat Edmonton so we can come in first, that means that Vegas is also moving up in the standings. However, there's a good chance that we're playing Nashville too. So I don't worry about it. And the Canucks aren't going to dictate their play based on who they might line up. Adam, hey, I don't think I said amazing. Did I say amazing? I said it was good. I don't think I said amazing. Someone else did. If I had to sign one of Cole, Myers, or Zadorov, who would I resign? You know, when they're at the top of the game, I think Zadorov is very noticeable. I thought Myers had an excellent game tonight. I really did. So it depends on money too. I think Cole's age is starting to show. I take Myers or Zadorov. Take all things being equal, maybe Myers takes less, but I like Zadorov's game. Yes, Zadorov hit on Susie. The bank shot was very close. What made this game so different? Was it luck? No, Fillmore, I'm not sure if you watched the game. It wasn't luck at all. The Canucks were skating very hard. They were winning a lot of battles to loose pucks. They were playing strong defensively. You know, the first goal was just a bad goal by Shilovs, then one by Eichel on the that was a bad play by Susie. But overall, and then the third goal was a power play goal. Overall, I thought the Canucks were very intense. They Connor Garland, just look at him, smallest guy on the ice, and he was probably the hardest working guy on the ice. I think the Canucks really came to work tonight, and it showed. Love it, love it. That's awesome, Helen. Garland and Miller stood out to me the most tonight. Going on Wednesday, sweet. Rathbone jersey. Yes, I was at the Abbotsford game on Saturday. Would I consider attending an Abbey Nucks game and doing a post-game review with Shannon? I like Shannon, but probably not Darren. I don't know what he does for games, and I don't know if logistically that makes a lot of sense. And I don't know, quite frankly, if I'm going to be getting out to another Abbotsford game this season. Well, I want Hughes to resign, but we got to be realistic. You munched on the free bag of tortilla chips they gave us freebies. Nice. What? I didn't see the free bag. Where the heck was I? Hey, Nux, you're going on Wednesday, which is cool. In the home game during the playoffs, would you ever consider getting a place in the arena that's designated for CCC fans who would also attend the game? I wouldn't do it. I'm too cheap, so I wouldn't buy a spot for all of us. But every game I go to now, I've been having I wouldn't say it's a meetup. I think that's giving me too much credit. But I have been meeting fans during the second intermission. It's kind of like my sweet spot. So second intermission outside of 316, whoever wants to come say hi usually does. We're over 300 people in here right now, by the way, which is awesome. 180 of you on X, another 120 on YouTube, which is great. Did I think that we were going to lose when we were down 2-0? Yes and no. I didn't like the start, but I do like the way the Canucks stayed composed. Redemption arc for Garland. That's a good way of putting it. When Lindholm is back, I do think it's Oman that sits. Yes, as another center. Oh, Farhan says Demko will. Sorry. Farhan said that Tocchet said that Demko will practice tomorrow. Do I think he returns on Wednesday? I think it really depends on how practice goes, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be doing broadcasting what game, Simon. Hey, BCBC, nice to see you. Do you see players have maintenance games? I do. I think if the Canucks, it's tough to say though, because if the Canucks clinch first in the Pacific, you might give a couple of guys the night off, but then Tuesday night's the last home game of the season, but maybe it's more important to get the rest. And then you certainly don't have to send everyone to Winnipeg for the last game if they're not playing for anything. Hey, Rosie, great seeing you tonight. Yes, Rosario and I had a nice chat during the first intermission. Oh, I didn't know that. Wednesday nights I think it has to do with TV, but that's a good point. So Parker and I may have to bump our start time for Canucks After Dark on Wednesday. Thanks, Gary, for that reminder. Jesse, if the first game of the playoffs is on Saturday the 20th, I cannot go. If the first game of the playoffs is on Sunday the 21st, I can go. Speaking of go, just kidding. That makes no sense whatsoever. Carol, coming through like the legend that she is. Legendary Carol Bovenlander gifts 5 memberships, and they go to Zhao, Viper, Rosario, Jarvis the Fall Guy, and Clifford. I think all of you have been part of the CCC before, so CCC Crew. So welcome back, Zhao, Viper, Rosario, Jarvis, and Clifford. Welcome back to membership. Good timing because we have a members-only live stream on Thursday. And let's give some love to the legendary Carol Bovenlander in the chat. Thank you for your generosity, as always. Let's keep going. I lost where I was, but that's okay. All right, it's here. Adrian, I know this kind of show-offy that I put this on the screen, but I like it when people talk like this. Clay's a local celebrity. Some attend Canucks games just to meet him. Well, that is completely not the case, but thank you, Adrian, for that. Do I think this team can pull it together? Yeah, they showed it tonight. Do you think Lindholm will have a drastic impact? I'll take impact. I don't know if it's going to be drastic, but I want him to be important. Would you rather fill Rogers Arena once with all your subscribers and family and friends, or 2 games at Mullet Arena? I don't think I can fill Rogers Arena, but no, I don't need to go to Mullet. Let's go 1 game here. Oh, how did I miss that? Yeah, it was great seeing you, Coach Rob, at the Dallas game. Hope you're feeling better. Oh, I see some. I'll get to Jarvis. I'll get to you, and I'll get to Brian Blingy in a second. Thank you, guys. Final line combinations for the playoffs. If everyone is healthy, I want it to be Lotto, then Lindholm, Hoglander, Mikheyev, Bluger, Joshua, Garland, Suter, Podkolzin, and Lafferty or PDG or whoever. But I do know that Tocchet loves his 3 centers, so I think it's going to be what we're seeing now. I think it's going to be Miller, Joshua, Garland. I think it's going to be PD, Hoglander, Besser. I think it's going to be, then who's that leave with Lindholm? Lindholm between the 2 Russians, Mikheyev and Podkolzin, and then you drop Bluger to the 4th line to play Bluger with Suter and PDG or Amanda Lafferty. I'll take that. Yes, Fillmore, we got to meet last year, which is good. Minions games just means the guy is healthy enough to play, but they decide not to play him. I think Demko is back on Wednesday and Lindholm gets back. Wow, imagine Demko and Lindholm both playing again. That is awesome. Will we get to 50 wins? What are we at right now? 48? Yeah, we'll get to 50. Technically, no. The Canucks have not clinched the division. Will they? I think they will. Tocchet looking into 11 forwards and 7D. Yeah, if you're not going to play your 4th line a lot, this makes a lot of sense, actually, because now you have an extra penalty killer. That's basically why you do it. You get another guy who's fresh for things like the penalty kill. I'm fine with it, but it's not my preference. Let's put it that way. I love this. Yeet. My buddy Mike and I were talking about this. I would go nuts if they went back to YouTube, but I'm not sure if they will. We got Jarvis. Gohorn got a little excited there. Jarvis, the Fall Guy, member for 5 months, uses his Triple M and says, "Thank you, Carol. Go Canucks, go." Thank you for being a member of this channel, Jarvis. Appreciate you. And then he doesn't even wait to get gifted a membership. Brian Blingy Choi does it himself. So we welcome Brian to membership. He just buys his own franchise membership. That is awesome. So let's give Brian some love in the chat. Welcome to franchise membership. Yes, it is Canucks for Kids. No, Nucks 649. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think it has everything to do with the fact that it's a Wednesday night game on the Rogers network. Sound like a cell phone there. How long is Talkit signed for? That's a great question, Pastor Daniel. I don't know. WrestleMania was great. Good storylines, good character development, good surprises, everything. Yeah, I think the Canucks can still pull it together if they go down 2-0. I prefer them not to, though. Clay won't pack Rogers, but definitely St. Paul's Church. Oh, you have such little faith. No, just kidding. There's no way I would fill Rogers. Will I go to any playoff viewing parties during away games? Yeah, I'd be open to it. I don't see why not. No, defenseman Chris Tanev, I know. Vegas did not outplay us. In fact, I would say that the Canucks controlled play today. Outside of power play, it feels like all our goals have been generated off a shot from point and rebound. I don't care, Zal. I just want them to score. I do like the way guys like Garland were getting to the dirty areas tonight to score. Black Aces. I bet you, they, it's anyone who's probably not going to play a lot. So it could be PDG. I could see them bringing up Baines again. I could see them bringing up Atu Ratu for some depth. And then maybe Christian Wolanin, maybe those four. I want Bust to move, but I don't know if anyone likes that. Oh, I did not know that Brock is banged up. Yeah, get him healthy. Will you jump off a diving board in a Speedo and flipper and snorkel with the Canucks win the Stanley Cup? I think you should keep your fantasies out of this, Mr. Team Awesome, but I will do something fun for sure. Next expansion team, Houston, Atlanta. Isn't it Salt Lake City? Isn't that the one that's supposedly the favorite right now? Spencer. Hey, James. Spencer needs to know playoff jerseys, blue home and white away. That's my guess. I don't know for sure. I have no inside info. That's my guess. Do you think Tocchet uses Lindholm as a shutdown center, runs him with guys like McCabe and Suter versus the opposition top lines? Yep, I could see that absolutely for sure. And let Miller and Petey cook on offense. I'm always happy you're here. Would I start Seelovs? I would. Do I think he will? No, I don't think he will. Should we trade Besser? I've always said JS is going to be hard to trade him. Yes, he scored 40 goals, but he's also got a $6.8 million contract. I wouldn't say the fans were celebrating, but they were in a good mood for sure. A lot of cheers and chanting. Yeah, I like Bust to move. My bowling was good, Simon. I bowled before I went to Vegas, and I did well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I don't worry about sentimental. Like Baines was good in atmosphere, but obviously the pace of play is a little bit slower. But he looked really good. He looked fast. Not all goals are going to be fancy, indeed. So I got to go back to questions. Yeah, I'm still standing. Was that ever the Canucks goal song? I don't know if it was a goal song, Fangirl. I think it was the song they played at the end of the game. Pastor Daniel is dying for some playoff hockey. 2 failures for Atlanta. Hey, Trev, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Could the Lower Mainland ever support a second NHL team? I don't think so, Coach Rob, because we're seeing great response this year, but it's been pretty dry for the past 9-10 seasons. I don't think that they would put a second team here in the Lower Mainland. They'd much rather expand to other cities, especially U.S. cities. Yeah, McCabe was good. He still has horrible hands. There's at least 2 plays I can remember where he had chances to make something happen. He didn't, but he was fine. He was forechecking hard. He was fine. He was good. Is Besser getting hot again? 2 consecutive games, fighting through it, receiving great scoring chances. Yeah, PD and Besser, they've had chemistry before, not always, but it looks like Joshua wants to go with what he's doing right now. So more votes for you two. The Pina Colada song. Oh, Edison, travel safely. Yes, Fangirl, it was indeed. I'm Still Standing was at the end of the game, but it wasn't a goal song. That's what I was saying. I'm fine with it. Pitbull, yeah. Pitbull's not my favorite, but whatever. I asked you near the start of the season about JT Miller assists. You said under 69. I said over. We are close. What is he at right now? Is he like right there? I'm looking it up as we speak. So JT Miller has 35 goals, 65 assists for his 100 points. Does he get 4 assists in 4 games? Doable for sure. Yeah, okay. We'll see. Come back to me. Why's your picture Hulk Hogan? Come back to me at the end of the season, and then we'll declare one of us the victor, if you know what I'm talking about. Brother, I did not meet Mason Raymond, but I saw him on the screen. Phil Kessel would be interesting for sure. Mikhail Speed is coming back. Yes, I agree, Pastor Daniel. He's looking better. Electric Worry Goal Song. I have to look that one up. Yes, the Oilers play 3 games in 4 nights before we play them. You know, Mikheyev, Hansen, and Raymond are all very similar. Great speed, not a lot of finish. Yes, Mason Raymond was at the game. They showed him on the screen. You guys are awesome. 350 people in here, 120 on YouTube, another 225 on X. I'm going to go for about 5 more minutes, make this a nice 45-minute stream. So keep pumping the questions through, donations, memberships, monthly membership, whatever you want to do. We'll go for 5 more minutes. Does Vancouver have to wait until they finish playing Winnipeg to know who they face? No, Edison. It could be wrapped up by then, but it might not be. It's so crazy how tight both races are. 5 teams battling for 1 wildcard spot in the East. 3 teams battling for, we know who the 3 teams are. We just don't know what place they are going to finish in the West. Yeah, we've been winning the face-off battle, especially when Lindholm was in the lineup. But decisive ones, I know what you're talking about, important ones. But I thought the Canucks won a couple important ones tonight. Bring back Holiday. Did you hear about Ottawa's game yesterday? They had to stop the game because the sun was in the goalie's face. Huh? What? Were they playing outside? Yeah, Trev was good. He told me, or he suggested that that streaming. You know, it's funny. I was messaging Trev and I was congratulating him on his huge streams, and I said, "Where's he getting all the numbers from?" Because I said Facebook and Instagram suck to stream to, and he says YouTube and X. And then I also saw, I know that Jeff Patterson, they're Rink Wide and Canucks Army are running post games too. So there's a lot of room for content creators. But yes, X definitely helps. Thank you, Trev. Granlund going to kill it in the playoffs. Which Granlund? Edison, it could be as early as Wednesday or maybe Saturday. Thanks for being here, Irvin. Thanks for the donation. Mason Raymond was a player that was part of our cup run. Shannon, very speedy forward. Very speedy. Did you have pay TV 40 years ago? First choice of Super Channel. I was a Super Channel guy. Much music. Coming home from Colchino, watching music videos over Transformers and G.I. Joe. Very specific, Fillmore, but I can relate to a lot of what you just said. Canucks Preds, first round would have 2 intriguing matchups. Hughes versus Yossi and Demko versus Saros. Yes, I like those 2 matchups. Yeah, I don't think Nashville has a lot of scoring depth. They have some good players, but we'll see. Who do I want the Canucks to play in round 1? Nashville. If Vegas beats Edmonton on Wednesday and Edmonton wins versus Arizona but loses that Saturday versus the Canucks, and the Canucks win Wednesday, then the Canucks will clinch. That makes sense given that we are 5 up on them. Yes, although Bieksa did talk about the trickiness of travel. Yeah, that would be tough. Would I rather the Canucks be cup favorites with more pressure, underdog with less pressure? Always the underdog. You feel like you're fighting for more. Sun was coming through the doors during first period when just happens to be right at goalie's face. Well, that's poor design. Someone should have held up a garbage bag or something. O'Reilly versus JT Miller. Yep. Pastor Daniel, I love this. I know you aren't superstitious, neither am I. Well, that's why we're both smart. What is your playoff pregame meal? If I'm at the game, people know I love myself a good carved sandwich. If I'm not at the game, honestly, I don't have a playoff pregame meal. Depends where I'm watching, who I'm watching with, truly. But if I'm at the game, it's carved sandwich. Hey, Lyndon. Oh, Garland. Yeah, not Granlund. Yeah, I didn't think we had Granlund. Can JT Miller get to 40? Yeah, it's a bit of a push, 5 and 4. So, on averages, probably not, but he could. He could. Costco hot dog. Trev, is it clear? I wouldn't say it's clear, but I still think he's the favorite. I think when you look at underlying numbers, Makar, you'll see a late run, but I still think I think Quinn's going to win. I really do. Don't believe in luck, erroneous punk. So it doesn't, I don't have an answer for this about wearing the skate jersey. Daniel, if I started a playoff beard now, it would be ready for the year 2030. All right, friends, it is 12 o'clock. I think that is my call to wrap up. Gonna finish this. I'm gonna record my goal breakdown video as soon as this show is uploaded. So thank you for everyone for being here. We had 120 on YouTube and another 240 on X, which is awesome. Not about the numbers, but at least there are a lot of people watching, which is pretty cool. It's not about me. It's about the community that we are building here. So once again, thank you, moderators. Thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support. And thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. To everyone else for watching, for liking and subscribing. Very grateful to all of you. For those that went above and beyond today with their generosity. That's Irvin with the donation, Jason with the donation, Just Incredible with a triple M, Fangirl with a triple M, Shannon with a triple M, Carol gifts 5 memberships, Jarvis with the triple M, and Brian Blingy Choi just buys himself a membership. So welcome to those that were gifted by Carol, and welcome Brian on your own accord. And then don't forget the shows this week. We have Patrick Johnson of the province joining me at 11 p.m. tomorrow night. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, got Canucks After Dark first, right after the game, the Canucks Coyotes game, and then my own show after that. And then Thursday will be members only. Thanks to my sponsors, Vancity Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. And finally, for all of you on the way out, you can do all these things. Subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your triple M. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. All right, guys, that was a quick 48 minutes. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you waiting for me as I got home from the game. And most of all, tonight, I'm appreciating a Canucks win. The Canucks defeat the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 4-3. And they are 5 points up on Edmonton for first place in the Pacific Division. Awesome stuff. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. By the way, did you know that tonight I actually thought that I made a new Japanese friend tonight at the game? A new Japanese friend. I thought that I made a new Japanese friend. Turns out it was just my imagination. My imagination. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.